Hey, what's up guys? This is going to be a really quick video about a very simple trick that you can do to help memorize those really difficult vocabulary words that you seem to always struggle with and you just can never seem to remember, no matter how many times you encounter the word. If you're like me, then you are constantly running into vocabulary words that just always seem to escape your memory when you're using your SRS or flashcard system or whatever it is you use to memorize vocabulary words. Every time this word comes up, you just can't remember what it means, or you have to keep asking people over and over and over again, how do you say this? How do you say this? And it's just like one of those words that for whatever reason will not sink into your brain. Now there's multiple ways to go about memorizing and mastering those words. The one that I've talked about a lot on this channel is coming up with a simple story or a crazy, silly story just to help you connect the sound of the word to the meaning of the word. And I've made a few videos about that, so I will link, if I remember, I'll link to those videos in this video. But this technique, this strategy is even simpler. It almost feels like it shouldn't even be its own video, but sometimes I feel like stuff that is simple or obvious to me might not necessarily be obvious to everyone. So I'm gonna make a video about it anyways. So I'm just gonna pull up my SRS system and I'm gonna do a screen record. All right, I'm recording. I use Anki. I have been using it for several months now. I've also used the SRS system on Link. I use Memrise quite often. I've used Drops. There's plenty of good SRS systems. If you don't know what SRS means, it just means a spaced repetition system. And it's just a way of making sure that you practice vocabulary words at the right time. And it'll space them out as you go along to help you maximize your efficiency in memorizing vocabulary words. I'm going to show you how I do it on Anki. So it's such a simple trick. I'm going to go to study now. All right, this is a new word, so I'm just going to learn it really quick. หรือยัง Have you blinked yet? All right, I'm going to just click again on that one because I don't know that word. นิ้วเท้า All right, this word means toes, I believe. Toes. Okay, good.
เอง
Ing. Alright, this is a word that I've learned before, but I don't really remember what it means.
เอง
Ing.
เอง
Ing. Yeah, I can't remember what it means. So, I'm going to make a mental note that this is a difficult word. This is a word that I've tried learning in the past, and I can't remember. And I'm going to repeat it to myself several times. Ing, ing, ing. So that I know I can remember it for at least a little bit. And it means myself, yourself, or their selves. So it's a reflexive, or like a anaphor, if you've watched my Linguistics 101 videos. Alright, so we're going to go to
อาจ
again.
จะ
And before I even practice this word, I'm going to practice ing. And I'm going to try to remember that even though we're on a new word. So ing. Then I'll learn this one.
อาจจะ
Ajat. Ajat. What does that mean? Weather? No, not weather. It means something else. I don't remember. But the important thing is that I remember ing means myself, yourself, or their selves. So we're going to show myself the answer. Okay, it means maybe, might, or possibly. At this point, again, I'm going to go and I'm going to say ing to myself and remember that it means myself, yourself, or their selves. And now that I haven't been able to remember ajak, I'm also going to try to remember that one.
ได้
So die. This is a word that I do remember, but I'm not worried about that right now. What I'm worried about is remembering ing. And every time I come to a new word, before I worry about this new word, I'm going to practice the old one again, even though it hasn't yet come up in my spaced repetition system. So ing is myself, yourself, or their selves, and ajat means might or maybe. Now die.
ได้
Die means can or to be able to. Able to.
ขับ
Ka. And I think you're starting to get the point now. every time you come to a new word, you still practice the one that you're trying to remember. And you'll only have to go through that cycle a few times. And you might have to do it a few days in a row if it's one of those words that really just will not stick. But if I keep doing that with the word ing and reminding myself every time I come to a new word to practice that one, that word is going to stick in my brain, and it will no longer be that one word that I just cannot remember. Now, of course, you can't use this technique with every single word because it's just not feasible, and also that defeats the purpose of the spaced repetition system. But when there is one word that you just can't seem to remember whenever it comes up in your SRS, you use this technique up until the point where that word is no longer the one word that you can never remember. Once you can kind of sort of start to remember that word, you stop using this system, and then you just start using your spaced repetition system the way that it's designed to be used. And if you need to, you can start using this technique with another word. And I've used this technique a lot because it seems to happen all the time where there's like one word that is just like ruining my repetitions on whatever spaced repetition system I'm using. And just by using this simple technique, I'm able to kind of get past that word, get over that speed bump, and keep going on with my learning, with my spaced repetition. So that's all I have for this video. It's a very quick, very simple tip. If you haven't been using this technique or this strategy yet, hopefully that's helpful to you. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time.